I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
What do you need, my...
What's newer?
There's trouble with demons in Old Cutner. There was a great tragedy one time in the mine near there. It's abandoned now. The ground collapsed, and a pit to hell opened up there. There's talk that young Bruttons form a fight club in Horsham. Maybe they'll let you into their circle. And then Smolka came by. She's the one who runs the bathhouse across the street. She said a fella came in, all restless and fidgety, saying he wanted a girl. That he wanted to take her somewhere else, and Smolka wouldn't have it. But when he offered to pay double, she agreed. You know how it is. These days, every groschen counts.
Was he a fucking pig?
If only that.
Have you any idea?
Rumor has...
Who was...
The waste. I've seen a few...
So what...
The girl came running in all beaten up. Smolka... I went to see her. I'm glad to hear... When you're done with it. And that's about it.
Sounds interesting.
You could stick your reason up your ass. I told you something like this would...
What's going on here?
As you can see, something slaughtered all these cows.
Not just something. It was that creature from hell. I saw with my own eyes how it fled back to its hole in the mine.
Give it a rest, would you?
I won't. What'll happen when that monster comes for us next?
Seems we've been fortunate running into you then, eh?
I'm Henry of Scallis.
I'm Marian, the local priest. You look like someone who knows how to fight and isn't scared off all that easily. Just the kind of man for the job.
You mentioned a pit of hell. Is that located somewhere around here?
That's just a local fable.
It's no fable. In the days when silver was mined here, terrible misfortune took place in the mine. A pit to hell itself opened up there.
The mine shuttering fell apart and the gallery collapsed. That's all.
Shuttering my arse! It was a pit to hell! Shuttering don't just blow up on its own. But hell didn't scare good old Father Richard, so he set off into the tunnels and struck a deal with them demons. Ever since then, we brought food to the mine for them every second Sunday, and they leave us in peace in return.
Father Richard was a crackpot. You're lucky to finally have a normal priest here now.
A priest who forbade us from bringing the offerings, and now you can both see where that's got us.
Has anyone actually looked around in the mine?
Only old Father Richard. Nobody else has ever had the courage. The very mine shaft stinks like hell itself. So we only ever lower a bucket down with the offering, and then clear off quick.
After the cave-in, the miners left to work in Grund. Seems they'd no longer felt the vein was worth the trouble here.
This whole thing is very odd. How do you want me to help?
The massacre of those cattle is a horrible thing. But the heresy that's been tolerated here on account of the former priest is even worse.
Old Father Richard would chase you out of town, you stuffed frock.
Marian may be young, but he's still a priest, and he deserves a bit of respect.
Thank you, Henry. Since you're the only one here uninvolved, I'd like you to go into the old mine and discover the truth of this old wives' tale.
And while you're there, take some peace offering with you. Otherwise, I wouldn't even dare going.
What am I to do with you? All right. Henry, take their offering with you as well. You'll do just as those wretches did before you, and then wait to see if any demons show their faces or not.
Wait for demons? You want to send the poor fella to his death?
Don't listen to him, Henry. Faith in God will protect you, but before you go through the mine, we'll have a look around the village. Then we'll all meet at the entrance to the mine.
All right, I'll help you. But what about the offering?
A bit of food will do. Here you go. We always lowered the food down in a bucket. The main thing is not to go down the shaft yourself, lest you anger hell.
Don't be frightened. It's just an old shaft.
You'll find it to the west of here. The whole area is deserted and most of the entrances are blocked off. You go past the mine buildings until you reach the one that's collapsed to the ground. The mine entrance is next to it. Good luck, lad. You're going to need it.
God be with you. Stop that whistling.
Ja! Go! Ka! Ka! Quick! Ka! Go! Quick!
It really does smell like hell here. Might there be some truth to the stories?
Oh, Jesus. What a diabolical stink. Ugh. All right then. Let's see if we can't lure the devil out.
where did all my things go? Jesus, what the fuck is going on here? What's this? Did the knight write this? Taras Mura. What in God's name happened here? More entries. Also written by the knight? The pit to hell, and that knight is guarding it. Looks like some kind of contract. It must be important. If he locked it away.
There. I am the shield of gods, demon. I am Taras. benedict Deus, gloria patri. So you live, demon. Not much longer.
Stop, Taras! I'm here to take your place, under the terms of your contract with Father Richard. I'm your replacement.
What? You're here to relieve me. You've come to battle hell in my place.
Yes, I have. My name is Henry of Skalitz, and I've come to take your burden upon myself. Exactly as it's written in the contract.
Oh, thank the Lord! Thank you!
Let's formalize our agreement outside, under the open heavens. Under the eye of God.
Oh, you're right. We'll handle everything under his gaze. Let's go out. You first, Henry of Skalitz. Up the ladder. Until the oath is made, I can't leave you down here alone with the pit of hell. I'll show you where your things are. And then we will go out. I'll follow right behind you.
All right. Let's not get hasty now. I can explain everything.
Lord have mercy. What's going on here?
That's it! That's the beast!
Henry, who is that?
Don't speak to him! He's in league with that demon!
No! You've got it all wrong. I went into the mine as we agreed, and it's there that I ran into Sir Taras here. Sir Taras signed a contract with Father Richard. He was meant to guard the gateway to hell and receive regular supplies from the locals in return. He had me confused with a demon. But we managed to clear everything up in the end. I've got the contract here. See for yourself.
A contract? Well, I was sure all of this was mere heathen idolatry.
Father Richard never said nothing about a contract to no one. All he said was to provide food to keep the pit of hell quiet.
Maybe Father Richard feared you wouldn't listen otherwise. None of this, however, rights the wrongs committed by Sir Taras. Or are you looking to pardon him for slaying the cattle?
I have no need for pardons from you. I've spent years in the dark protecting you, ingrates. Meanwhile, you lot broke the promise and forgot about me. You'll pay for that!
That's enough. Can you even hear yourselves? Can't you see these are the very forces of hell trying to pit you against one another? If you can't make peace, then hell is the victor. And you don't want that to happen, any of you.
He's right. Let's stop now, before someone pays with their life. Sir Taras, are you willing to withdraw?
Henry said that my watch has ended. Is it true? Are all of my sins forgiven?
I'm certain they are. Go with God. Good night. Your watch has ended.
And who's to pay for the cattle? Are we going to just let him walk away?
I'll put in a good word for you at the monastery. You won't go hungry, and we'll have that cursed mine filled in once and for all. And as for you, Henry, you did even more than I asked. You've earned your reward 10 times over. Take this, and go with our thanks.
And my thanks too, lad.
My pleasure, friends. I don't think anyone's ever going to believe this story.